Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back. So you might notice that we have a new background. I don't usually film in here, but we just put up these gorgeous shelves, so I figured we would try it out. What do you guys think? This is my bed. It's kind of a mess, but focus on the plants instead, right? So today I have for you a fun video. I've got 5 more reasons why you might have too many plants, because we already did a part 1 to this one. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave it linked up here for you. It'll also be down below for you to click on when you're done watching this one, or if you want to watch that one first and then come back and watch this one. It doesn't really matter. They're not in any particular order, but you guys made some really great suggestions and you commented, and I was like, darn it, I left that out. That's a good point. So here we are doing a part 2, 5 more reasons why you might have too many plants. And I can admit that I have too many plants. Like, realistically, it gets a little bit overwhelming, which is something I mentioned in the first video. And like, if your plants just aren't doing great, or you don't have the energy to like make them happy, like you probably have too many if you can't like keep up with them. But today I wanted to hit on 5 more things. Some of them were suggested by you, some were just floating around in my head, but let's get into it. So the first one, I forget who commented it, girl, and I'm sorry. I should be giving you credit. It might have been Jennifer. I don't remember. But I think it was one of my plant fan members. I don't remember which one of you, but it was one of you, I think. And you commented that when you buy a plant and you forget that you already had the plant. And I laughed out loud when I read it, because I was like, how could I forget to leave that off the list? I have literally done that with Hoyas before, thinking that I didn't have it yet and it was on my wish list, and then I was like, wait, no, you bought one like 2 months ago, girl, it's in the cabinet. So if you can't keep track of the plants that you have in your collection and you accidentally, I don't know why I'm air quoting that, you accidentally, I mean you intentionally bought it, but you accidentally buy one that you already have, not on purpose. Like, sometimes we buy duplicates because we genuinely love plants, and I think that's totally fine and normal. I have a video about that from like last year, I think. I can link it if you guys want to watch it. You really enjoyed it, so if you're new here, maybe it's one that you might want to go back and check out, where I talked about like having multiples of the same plant and whether or not that's normal. And honestly, I didn't know that so many of you did that as well. So it was a nice way to kind of open up that conversation and make a lot of us feel a little bit less crazy for having a few of the same exact plant throughout our homes. But if you really love a plant, like, you do you, boo. Buy as many as you want. I don't care. I have like 4 hanging baskets of Curtisii. Like, it's excessive, but it's fine. Everything is fine. So now if I went to the big box store and I bought a big hanging basket of Curtisii because I forgot that I already had one, that's potentially a problem. But that's not very likely to happen with a bigger plant. I usually find that happens with cuttings. Like, I might forget that I acquired a cutting and then end up buying another one or getting another one forgetting that I already had one. So, I mean, nobody's ever mad about having 2 though, right? Unless you paid a lot of money for it. So anyway, that's number 1 on my list, because I can't believe I didn't include it in the first one. It's probably like one of the worst things that I feel like I can possibly do as a plant parent, aside from like neglecting my plants. But anyway, that kind of rolls us into number 2 anyway, which is when you have plants that you know are suffering, but you go out and you buy new ones instead of taking care of the ones that you have. And I feel like we did touch on this a little bit in the first one, where I said you have, pests, or you have something going on and you choose to ignore it. And I still stand by that, because we definitely do that. I think we go through a phase of like denial with our pests too. We're just like, no, it's not real, it's not happening. And you don't want to deal with it until you get to the point where you're like, okay, I have to deal with this. But if you know that you have plants that need your love and attention, they need to be repotted, they need to be cleaned, they need to be sprayed down, whatever it is, fertilized, all the things. But you go out and you buy new ones instead of taking care of the ones you have. A lot of people do it as a way of like avoiding caring for their plants that might not look so good. Because let's be honest, sometimes you get a plant, we bring it home from the store, it looks perfect, and then, you know, eventually over time you start getting like crispy leaves, or maybe it doesn't look so good anymore. It's not acclimating great to your environment. Sometimes they take a little while, and then the new growth that comes in usually comes in really nicely. You just have to give the plant time to adjust to, this is my Syngonium Winlandii, by the way. If you just have to give the plant time to adjust to your environment usually, but sometimes plants decline over time when we bring them home because maybe we don't necessarily know what they want. Maybe we don't have their favorite environment. It's just, things happen. Sometimes plants also just inexplicably die, and we have no idea why because we were giving them all the things that they needed. But if I have plants that are suffering and they don't look good, like, nobody likes that, right? So when you go to the store and you see a nice new pretty bushy one, you want it. You want to bring it home so you can be surrounded by pretty and healthy plants instead of trying to get the ones that you have looking healthy again, if that makes sense. So basically you've got some plants that need a bit of love and attention, they might be suffering, but instead of dealing with that, you head on over to the plant store and you buy some new ones instead. You might have too many plants. I'm just saying. And by the way, this isn't a personal attack on anybody. Like, you do you, boo. If you can manage having all the plants and everything is fine and dandy, then just ignore everything I'm saying. But I also think it's just kind of like a fun topic. So there's that. But it's not like an attacky thing, I promise. I'm not your mom. I'm not your significant other telling you that you have too many plants and that you don't need more. Girl, you go and you do what you want with your money. I'm just here to entertain you a little bit in the process, you know? Number 3 is fun, because I was thinking about some of the things that you guys tend to say to me, some of the things we tend to talk about as a plant community, and people are always asking, like, what's your number? How many plants do you have? And if the thought of having to count all of your plants stresses you out and you don't want to do it and you're afraid of what that number might be, you probably have too many plants, you know? But that's not for me to judge, that's on you. But for me personally, if I am overwhelmed by even the thought of counting my plants, I'm looking at my Hoya cabinet right now in front of me, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to count all those little teeny tiny plants, but it is a fun thing to, like, at least have a little bit of an idea of how many plants you have. It might be a little bit of a reality check for some people. I think that's why maybe some people don't want to, and they're afraid of that number, because it's going to confirm what they already know, which is that you have too many plants. So 4 is fun, because I was sitting on the couch next to David and I was trying to think of things that kind of, like, not necessarily irritate our partners, but might be kind of annoying for the non-plant people in our homes. And one thing that really always doesn't, like, bother him, but, like, he doesn't love it either, is when I have lots of plants on the kitchen table or, like, on the kitchen counter for an extended period of time, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, this plant needs to be repotted, or I gotta do, and then I end up with like 10 plants, and then I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna do all of this in one day. I'll do half of it, and then the other half ends up staying on the kitchen table because I don't want to forget by putting the plant back up in the greenhouse or back in the cabinet, because then it's out of sight, out of mind, and I forget that it needs to be repotted or whatever the plant needs. So they kind of end up just sitting in places where they shouldn't be. Like, if your plants are taking over every surface in your home and your partner is getting irritated with you and you can't walk around without plants slapping you in the face or having to squeeze through your giant monstera and your peace lily. Like, you probably have too many plants. If the people in your home feel like they're being suffocated by plants, then you probably have too many plants. And now I'm gonna go clean off the kitchen table when I'm done filming this video because I feel bad about it. So there's that. If you can't walk through your home without plants getting in the way, if you can't function without your plants always being in the way, girl, you have too many plants. So there is that. Or boy, whatever you are. You probably have too many plants, okay? Number 5 is ironic, I guess. Like, I don't know, because you guys, if you pay attention and you've been watching my videos, you know that we just put up these new shelves, like I said in the beginning of the video, and I'm obsessed with them. They're gorgeous. But if you feel like every few months you need more shelves or another cabinet to fit more and more plants, then you might have too many. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that if you're constantly having to put up more shelving and hang more hooks from the ceiling and you're always on IKEA looking for new cabinets to come in stock, like, you probably have too many plants. Coming from the girl who just had her boyfriend build her custom shelves, by the way. A few of you were asking, and I did mention it in the last plant chore video, but I'll mention it again today in case you didn't see that one. We did purchase this wood from Home Depot, had them cut it. He sanded and stained them. I picked out the stain. I wanted just like a nice, like, walnut color, I guess. Like, I don't really know. It matches the furniture in here, so it works. And yeah, he put all these together for me. So I was able to kind of like map out how I wanted it to look. We're not done yet. We're going to be hanging stuff. We have a big macrame that's going to be going on the wall. We did just put down our new carpet, though. I can do like a full-on tour of everything. I'm actually doing a houseplant tour today for you guys too, so I can show you the new carpet and that one if you want. But anyway, that is it for my list, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was fun for you. I'm not used to standing while I film, so I'm sorry if I'm a little like all over the place, but I like the angle standing better. That way you see like my string of, that's actually David's variegated string of hearts. Mine is over here on the shelves, but it looks nice there, right? I have to cut it constantly because it's touching his nightstand. And I don't know if you can see Crusher Pants on the bed, sleeping. Hi, baby. I had to like half make it because he was on it, but you know, it's fine. Everything is fine. So there's lots more still to be done in here, but I am really excited about the transformation so far. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the shelves out there as well. So I figured I would do a houseplant tour of what everything is looking like now before we switch it all up and restyle a bunch of stuff, and then we can go back over and see how different it is. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like that would be fun. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be the next video or the one after that. We're also going up to Worcester to go plant shopping again at the Plant Ward. They were really, really sweet. So obviously I wanted to go and see them again, and I get paid tomorrow. So I wanted to buy myself a new plant. Not that I need one because I have too many plants. But David and I are going for the day, and I'm pretty excited to show him some of the cute little places in Worcester and have a nice little day date. So it'll be more of like a vloggy style plant shopping video, and I hope I see you there. So I'm gonna stop talking now. If you enjoyed this video, you should give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. There are uploads almost every day. I aim for daily uploads, except for either Monday or Tuesday are usually my day off from uploading, and every other week I tried to post up a members only video on that day for my members. So if you want to join and get some extra content, there's a join button down there. Become part of the official plant fam. If not, there's a super thanks button. If you want to super thanks me and get your little highlighted comment, it's pretty cute. And donate a few dollars to my channel. Everything helps. I cannot do this without you guys. I appreciate you like so very much. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you watched this whole entire video. Just say hi. Let me know if you feel like there's anything that I left out. If you watched that one and you watched this one and I still didn't say the things that you, I forgot what I was saying. You guys, I literally forgot what I was saying. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm gonna go now. So leave me a comment, that's what I was saying, down below. Even if you just leave me some emojis, that's fine too. I always appreciate the comments. They make me happy to read them. So, all right, I'm gonna go for real now. I love you, fam, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood.